Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is your girl, Kalungi of your Power Echo Show. And from Women and Digital Inclusion, today we are talking about setting some goals. Why are we talking about setting goals? Well, almost in the middle of the year, because exactly that, it's almost the middle of the year. And quite a few people are just kind of have gone off track, off base, or are just confused what they need to do in order to get those results that you are looking for this year. So we're gonna help you today to set those goals. So grab a cuppa, grab a drink, set some goals in your mind, grab a pen and paper, and do not touch that button. Stick with me. So go right ahead and subscribe to this channel, because I share a ton about web design, personal branding, search engine optimization, and Pinterest marketing, Pinterest sauce. I help you raise your game and earn more money in your digital space. So subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell so you can get notified whenever I upload a video. And let's get on to today's topic. Welcome to today's show. Welcome to your Power Echo Show. My name's Kalungi. If you're new to this platform, then you are gonna get, you're gonna find yourself thinking really hard about how you set your goals. Why should you be talking about setting goals? Most of us have experience with setting long-term goals. How about daily goal set? See, that's where people fall short. We have these dreams, we create dream boards, we create vision boards. My sister Miriam Sekandi can actually walk you through the process of creating vision boards in a way that empowers you. But the question is, what then happens? Why do we find it hard to actually get those goals manifesting in our lives? And in addition to several other things, I'm not talking about the mindset today, because there is a really major case for mindset, for where your mind's at. Maybe you're trying too hard on the spiritual work, you're not doing the shadow work. Today I'm focusing on the actions that you're taking, because some people set lots of goals but don't take the action that are necessary to build the success. I've been working on my business since 2013. I have been focusing, investing in learning, doing stuff, branding, digital media, graphics design, website design. I've invested in myself in all those areas, and I implement as I go. Now, the biggest challenge most people have is that discipline to do the daily work. It can be tough to just sit down and set goals for your life, your career, your business. How do you know something is that important enough that it should even be a goal? Because sometimes maybe it's just a passing fancy, maybe a short-term hobby. Is the goal you have in mind worth investing the time and the resources that you'd have to give it? And let's talk about that today, because I know it's a major challenge, because several people have reached out to me. Good morning, Mariah Jib. If you are a repeat visitor, I appreciate you. If you're new, my vote of welcome. Please do share this, tag your friends, share to a group, so that we can get more people setting the goals that actually move the needle. I like to call daily goal setting active goal setting, as opposed to the long-term, monthly and annual goal setting, which is more passive. It's done once in a while, and it kind of trips us up, because we think once we've set the annual goals, then we kind of think like it's like setting resolution. We forget about them. But when you break that down to a monthly thing, to a weekly thing, and then you break that down to a daily action step, to a daily can do, to a daily will do, you're gonna get to where you wanna go. It then takes that more important step for you to align with your creative solutions, so that you think about the problem and you also think about the solution. But if you think about the solutions, the goals, the dreams, and you just think about them, the problem is you're going to be very frustrated. That was me in 2014, having learned about goal setting and manifesting and affirmations. I woke up every morning affirming, and then I would wait to see the results. Obviously, behind all that, I had learned to be very doubtful, confidence in my abilities, because I had read so many things that were conflicting. And a lot of coaches at the time used to say, if you're not getting the results, you are the problem. I do understand that the buck stops with me, but also putting out courses that didn't quite hit the mark and then blaming your students for not delivering, for not getting the results you promised them, is just bullshit, because I was and I am an implementer par excellence. I will implement. I will go through a course. If it means going through a course for 6 months, I will go through it and go over it and implement and track and test. So if I don't get the results outside of my mindset, there is something wrong with that course. Understand that long-term goals are great, right? Let me just get that light properly. Long-term goals are great, but they're easy to lose sight of. However, they can be reinforced by daily goals and milestones. Pushing closer to your dreams becomes far easier. For many, reading their goals and making plans becomes a chore. It's something that they only want to do once a year, something that fills them with negative emotions because they are looking at what they didn't achieve the month before, the year before, the years before, as opposed to what they can achieve in the long term. And a lot of people overestimate what they can achieve in 5 years and underestimate what they can achieve in a month. And so they don't give it the attention it deserves. For many, reading their goals becomes the problem because it ruins the full potential for those activities to become your daily walk towards your results. So over the last few years, I've learned several exercises that can help you focus more on your goals and spend more time thinking about and feeling about them. The feeling is the real juice. And then walking towards your goals with a few simple steps. So I'm just gonna share with you what you need to do, because I know that some of you are not sure whether or not a particular goal may be big enough or impactful enough for you to invest some time in. So following 5 simple steps that you can, by the way, you can download them. There's a resource that I created for you. It is complimentary for you today. So download it because soon it won't be complimentary. Do download it while it's still complimentary. It's below this video. If you're watching me in a group somewhere, pop on over to Julie Seal Kalungi. Follow me if you're not following me yet, and go ahead and download it below. If you're watching me from YouTube, it is in the description below and you're gonna find it there. Download it and of course, take the time to follow the steps that I lay out for you, while also taking the time to do the shadow work, to work on your mindset, because I'm not going to be that person who tells you, oh, you're not manifesting because you're not a manifestation master. There are people who don't even follow affirmations, and they manifest every day because their mindset is in the right place and they're working towards their goals and taking massive action. So set aside 1 hour or a couple of 30 minutes time slots in a week. Sit down and write out what it is you want to see in your life, what you want to taste, to touch, to feel, the moments you want to create with your family. Be creative about that. The destination, in other words, where do you want to go? Because stepping out of your house with no idea where you're going means that's not a very good, use of your time. And nobody does that really. Unless they have a serious mental health condition. So usually you have a destination. It's the same with your goals. Where do you want to go? What do you want to achieve? And then once you've written that down, ask yourself, how do I get there? And close your eyes. Do this. It's gonna work. I promise you, if you do it with an open heart, an open mind, and the confidence that your inner source is ready to work with you. Close your eyes and envision 3 different scenarios of the pathways and the ways you can get to your goals. So you start with the first pathway. Maybe the first one is you're going to buy stock, and you're gonna buy stock from your local supermarket or your local suppliers or Alibaba, and you're gonna resell it on Amazon. And you're gonna try to run some Amazon ads or maybe Facebook ads in order to do that. And you feel that does not feel good for you. You don't know much about Amazon, you don't know much about Facebook ads, and you feel that's a long way to go. So you close that, you retract your steps from that pathway and you look at the next pathway. And you try 3 different ways to get to your goal, and you allow yourself to feel which one feels the most right for you. And the one that feels the most right for you and the most aligned with you and your journey and your circumstances right now, don't worry about what or how, just focus on the process. You close your eyes and you send a bowl of sunlight down that path. So you're lighting your path, you're clearing the obstacles, you're removing you're melting away the barriers, you are smashing the chains, and you're letting yourself go down that path in a way that is easy, that is aligned, that makes your life so much more joyous and full of gratitude as you achieve your goals. Sit down and write your goals, and then envision the pathways in your mind, how you're going to get there. And with the one that you feel is right for you, you're then going to get your pen and write it down. Write the vision you had, write down the processes you envisioned in your mind, write down what you saw, how the results were coming for you, and then break that down into action steps. How are you going to take that action? Because there's the knocking on the door shall be opened. But if you do not seek. If you don't seek, if you don't ask, you can't knock, because which door will you be knocking on? Use your goals to help you through the steps of reflection. Looking back, there might be moments where you'd made a pivot. Maybe you took advantage of unexpected opportunities and you've done things that weren't directly related to your goals. But now you're going to focus your energies on getting that goal, getting that dream that you really truly want to. So write down the moments that have had impacts on you and your career and your business in the past several months, in the past 4-5 months. Write down the moments that have had an impact on you and your business and your career and your life. What worked? Now that you have your goals in mind and you have a pathway, what work that you would like to add to your kitty, to this pathway, to make it even easier? Write out the actions you took that brought you positive results. The things that you've done already that brought you positive results, write them down. That's why I said, just thinking about it, just writing long-term goals can trip you up, because usually there are no actions to those goals. They're just the dreams you have. But when you write the actions down, or you take some steps, even if they were not focused actions, you realize that you're going to start to see a process. And you always hear the word trust the process. But if you don't have a process, then what can you trust? So I'm giving you the process step by step. Now, for instance, we are content developers. We create content for websites, for landing pages, for blogs, for books. We are ghostwriters. We edit, we proofread. I repurpose our content. This video is going to be repurposed, broken down into micro videos, broken down into resources, added to maybe a landing to one of my already created lead magnets. And, that helps me to increase our reach, to increase our audience, to increase our customers. And so I break it down into podcasts. By the way, you can actually tune into my podcast on Your Power Echoes on iTunes and on Podbean and on SoundCloud. It's called Your Power Echoes with Julie Sil Kalungi. You cannot miss it. So go check it out. There's lots of amazing content on there as well for you. Now that you know that, when I know the content I'm going to create, and by the way, I know exactly what I'm going to post right up to December this year, because that's what I do. When you have a plan and you have a vision, you don't sit on that. You create the actions, you create the focused steps you're going to take in order to change. And I'm always open to changing things, so there's flexibility there, but at least I know what I need to do if my mind does not bring any creative ideas for me to change things around. So once you've written down the actions that you took that did get you positive results, you're also now going to write down the actions that you took that didn't get you the positive results. If you bought a course and you took the steps, every step, you followed every step, and you did the course 3 months ago, and you're still following the steps, and nothing seems to come to fruition. I know that the day you sow is not the day you reap, but in some things, especially in things that are sold online, you're promised results almost overnight. You're promised that the day you sow is the day you're going to reap, literally overnight. People tell you that you're going to make a baby today and you're going to give birth tomorrow. And if you are implementing and you're not getting results, that could be one of the things, the actions you took that didn't get you results, and you ask yourself why. Sometimes beating yourself up will not get you places. In fact, it never does. For instance, you may have launched an advertising campaign for an ebook or a downloadable that tanked. No sales, no results, no one got excited, no one reached out to you, not even an inquiry, like crickets. Or you have worked dang hard for a promotion that just didn't happen in your workplace. Therefore, either way, you marketed the ebook, or you marketed yourself, you promoted the things you've delivered for your work, and there's just no results. And the thing is you ask yourself questions. When you have written those things down, the things that did not deliver results, you are reflecting on what worked and what hasn't so much. It's time to pull out the lessons you've learned. What lesson have you learned from that you did that did not deliver results? Why do you think you didn't get the results? Is there something you missed? Maybe you tell yourself you've implemented, but maybe you allowed yourself to be a little bit, smarter, and you missed out some steps because you think you know the result that comes from those steps, and therefore you missed something very slight in that chain that your coach is taking you through that could have got you the results, because you thought you already knew. You thought you are too smart. I had a client who is an amazing mental health worker. And she said she did a course where she thought she knew what she was doing. She thought she knew how to take the observations, to take the blood pressure. She knew all those things. So she'd been doing that for ages. And so when she got to that part of the course, she kind of slacked off. She was missing classes. But when the exam came, she failed that exact part of the exam because she actually had missed the essential ingredients that the coach was sharing with the other students on how to get a patient OBS properly done. And so sometimes knowing something can be the block to your success. So you need to open your mind to unlearn some of the bad habits you've formed that you think are actually good habits that will open you up to getting you the results you deserve. So based on step 2 and 3, write out your biggest lessons learned. For example, one of the biggest lessons learned might have been that your target audience really loves video and audio, and you were using text-based landing pages to attract them, so that's why you didn't make any sales. Or maybe you were trying to impress your peers in your workplace, in your career, as opposed to showing your management exactly how impactful you are and what an asset you are to your organization to get that promotion. So your goals and your actions, sometimes your actions contradictory to the goals that you are seeking to achieve. Think about the lessons you've learned, and therefore how can you change in the next chapter, in the next 6 months of this year? What can you change from the lessons you've learned, from the things you did that worked for you, the things that didn't work for you, the lessons you've picked out of that? What can you take forward? Remember, you've already mapped out in your mind, you've connected with source and chosen a pathway that's going to take you to your results, because without that, it's like they say Peter can plant and Paul can water, but if the source of all the good things that brings forth life is missing, then you will actually be no work done. As my mother-in-law says, no work done. You know what your previous goals and actions were. You know what worked well. You know what didn't work well. You know what your biggest lessons are. Based on that information, what goals will you set for yourself for the coming months? To end this year great, to help you grow personally, to help you grow your career, to help your business get the results you're looking for. Write out at least 5 ideas for your goals that you want to work towards that will help you grow personally and that will help you grow your career or your business. You can do that every 90 days. That is every 3 months. What I've just shared with you can do every 3 months, and I promise you, you'll get more results than you can ever imagine. I thank you for watching me. If you're watching on YouTube, please feel free to hit the subscribe button, to hit the bell so you don't miss other amazing stuff. Download the resource I've added below this video. If you're watching, wherever you're watching, it's in the description below. It's pinned to this video if you're watching me live right now. Feel free to reach out if you need any further guidance on building your business in digital media. We have known to get people from zero to sheroes in less than 5 weeks working together. We create your digital brand, or we help you create it, or we give you the resources to go away and DIY it yourself. So we have the DIY option, we have the done with you consultancy, and we have the done for you option where we create the content, we create your website, we manage your website, we maintain it, and all that good juice. So check out our services at KalungiGroup.com. And until next Monday, have an amazing rest of your week, because your power echoes. Take care. God bless you.